Good morning, everybody. Or good afternoon, everyone. I was told I wasn't allowed to say good morning. As we gather to celebrate the life of a man we all love so deeply. Sorry, there's probably going to be lots of snot and tears, but Brian Desmond Viljoen, as a lot of us knew him with his famous names, Veldskun, Feliz, Jock, Gigi, and Grandpa. Dad was born on the 2nd of November 1948 in Broken Hill, Northern Rhodesia. He spent his early years there before moving to Southern Rhodesia, as it was known then. He was the son of Sydney and Maggie Viljoen, but Dad's nicknames, he called them in his adult years, was Shitney and Maggie Toots. Names that will hold a special place in our heart and our family story. Dad grew up with 3 sisters, Mavis, Agnes, and Ellen, who were part of his foundation from the beginning. He attended primary school in Northern Rhodesia before moving to Southern Rhodesia and completing his education. While formal education played a role in his life, most of his wisdom came from the world around him, from living, working, and listening. At some point, fate brought him to Mum, Shirley, and Shaz, as he called her. And that was the start of a beautiful chapter. They were married in 1975 and celebrated their 50th wedding anniversary together in March this year. Dad was in the army and later moved to Beitbridge, where he worked for a department called CMED, affectionately known to him as Crashed Mercedes Exchange Department. That is also where some of his special lifelong friendships were formed, with Uncle John and Auntie Ingrid, with Uncle Dave and Auntie June, who are here with us today. These were not just family friends, they became a part of our extended family. We grew up with them, and their bond with Mum and Dad remained strong throughout the decades. Eventually, Mum and Dad settled in Viljoen, where we children, Kerry, Kim, Tammy, and Wayne, grew up and went to school before Wayne and Kim moved abroad with their families. Kerry and I remained surrounded by Dad's presence right up until the end. He was blessed with 9 beautiful grandchildren: Dale, Amadeo, Lauren, Damien, Emma, Matthew, Shana, Jacques, and Erin. Viljoen just wasn't where he lived. It was his home, and it was very much a part of him. He adored his grandchildren. Even though some of them lived far away, he always wanted to hear about what they were doing. And of course, in true grandpa fashion, there was a long-standing joke about the grandchild hierarchy. This hierarchy didn't exclude the grandchildren. He loved greatly from a distance, and just as much as he saw them frequently. Matthew somehow always managed to be the favorite. Lauren and Dale would joke that they were just chopped liver, until Pixie, and a lot of you will know that is his baby dog, and Tyler came along and just blew that whole system out the water. On Tyler's very first morning, staying at Gran and Grandpa's house, he walked into the room, handed Tyler a cappuccino in bed, and walked out. When Dale asked, Dad answered, "You've got 2 legs, off you go." That was Dad. cheeky but always sincere in his way. Pixie had her place on his bed, where if she didn't come to bed when he wanted her to, he would often get up and walk through the house, just in his underpants, to whoever's room she decided to visit and carry her back to their bed. Emma is now on top of the list, and I know that you will be together there, and you will be spoiling her rotten and giving her lots of cuddles. Dad was the rock of our family, supportive, steady, and full of dry humor. He had a quiet way about him, but his presence filled the room, and his love was constant for us and undeniable. Even up to the end, when his toe began to change color, he used it as a cautionary tale for Ira and Quaid. He told them if they didn't eat their vegetables and listen to their mum, their toes would also end up like his. That was Dad turning something serious into a lesson with a laugh and leaving everybody smiling. He had a very special friendship with Uncle Dave in particular. Uncle Dave would visit him every Sunday without fail, just to sit and have a cup of tea with his friend. They were like an old married couple, constantly bickering in only the way people who truly care about each other can. Dad would often say, "You're repeating yourself again, Lonnie," and we'd have to step in and tell them both to calm down. It was hilarious and heartwarming, and a friendship that stood the test of time, full of laughter, respect, and honest affection. Dad loved fishing. He spent countless years traveling up and down to the Zambezi, often in the company of Uncle Dennis, Manasa, Leonard, and Ngwenya. Ngwenya was his ever loyal right-hand man until he passed away a few years ago. Ngwenya got sworn at more times than anyone else, but he always smiled, took it in his stride, and kept showing up. That bond was something special, full of humor and trust, in the way only Dad could express. In his later years, he found solace in the ponds here, where everybody who came had to come and visit and fish with Grandpa. And I think, just to add, there's a little photo album that he was so proud of, and after every visit, we had to print him pictures, which that was his pride and joy. Everybody came to the house, they had to look at his photo album. And Bernie has been so brilliant to him. And everybody take a look there, you'll see his chair where he always used to sit. Dad had a way of talking to everyone, anywhere, whether it was at the grocery store or the doctor's office or besides the sports field. Someone would always stop and say hello. He had a great story for everything, and 9 times out of 10, it was wildly exaggerated, but that was part of the charm. He had little routines and quirks. His seat at the table was sacred, complete with his drink mat. The DSTV was permanently set to sport, cricket, rugby, or tennis. He could tell you who was playing, who was winning, and probably the players' stats from years going back. Although Dad was quiet, we now realize how deeply he touched each of us. In the routines, in the laugh, in the arguments with his friends, and the never-ending stories. He gave us so much more than we can ever put into words. We will miss him terribly. We'll miss the jokes, the swearing at the TV, the gentle love, the teasing, the guidance and the strength that came from simply knowing he was there. and the quiet, proud manner that he loved Mum and each of his children and grandchildren. Dad, we promised to look after Mum as well as you did, and be your strength on those days when she will miss you deeply, as we know just how special you both were to each other, and the true example of how to look after your loved ones, unconditionally and always with a quick, forgiving tone. Dad, thank you for everything, for the life you lived, the love you gave, and the laughter you shared. You were truly one of a kind, and we will carry you with us always. Rest in peace. We love you. And in closing, in true Dad fashion, he would say to you all, thank God tomorrow's Friday.
We've just got some messages from family that are not able to be with us today. The first one comes from his sister Ellen. Brian was a much loved and dedicated husband, father, grandpa, brother, uncle, family man, and a loyal friend. He was a brilliant motor mechanic and excellent soldier who served his country with pride. Your fight is over now, Brian, a battle you fought with everything you had. He loved fishing with his grandkids, for which he will be fondly remembered and sorely missed. Go and rest peacefully now, brother, you deserve it. As we cannot all be together at this time, I would like to suggest we all have one standing as we raise a glass at the going down of the sun today. We send our love and prayers to Brian's special family and friends, Shirley, Kerry, Kim, Tammy, and Wayne, and all the family. Our thoughts and prayers are with you all during this time. Love from Ken, Ellen, and family. This is from his sister Agnes. My dearest one and only brother, gone too soon, I will always love you. Thank you to your Shirley, Kerry, Kim, Tammy, Wayne, and family that always stood by you. Love, Ags. To Uncle Brian, always in our fondest memories, you will be missed. Love, Wiggs and Janie. This one comes from a cousin. The Viljoen family are more than my cousins. Uncle Sid and Auntie Mags were my other mom and dad. Mavis, Aggie, Brian, and Ellie are my brother and sisters. I spend so much time in their home, I felt it was my home. They accepted me as if I was one of theirs. So to lose Brian, my brother, is extremely painful. However, I look back on my little brother's life and think of all our good and happy times together. He was always full of beans and ready for anything. Pardon the language, but he was also a naughty little shit. One incident comes to mind when his sister, Mavis I think it was, upset him so much that he peed in her shoes. Now you can imagine the fallout from that incident. And I can just imagine Dad doing that. Brian enjoyed life to the fullest, and when I shared his passing with my other family in Bulawayo, they remembered Brian from when he worked with the Diagwa family. He was so liked by them. Brian, my brother, thank you for the wonderful memories. You will be loved and remembered to the end of my days. To Shirley, Kerry, Kim, Tammy, and Wayne, love and strength to you in the days ahead. Cousin Dave Ludick. Sorry, there's a last one here from his nephew Basil. To my uncle, how do we start? We have gone through so much as a family. We had great memories of all the fishing at Lake Mac, showing us as kids how to fish with Grandpa, going hunting in Beitbridge, coming to visit from down south to find my uncle had decided to raise a bush pig as a pet. All the knowledge you taught me about life, happy places, happy memories of all the good times we had with such a great man. Great to have him as an uncle. He taught us lots, the times helping Granddad and Uncle Brian fixing cars together as a family. It felt good fishing with Uncle Brian and my mom, and the youngster beat them. He sits in high spirits with Grandpa, Granny, my mom and friends, where we hope to meet them to rejoice and keep all the memories close to our hearts, thoughts, and memories. To the family, we're going to miss him, but thankfully he's resting in the presence of God, smiling down on us and saying, "Oh, Squiddy, you got to do this."
Daar is 'n drol in die drinkwater. Daar is 'n drol in die drinkwater.
You are in our prayers and thoughts with the loss of a great man, uncle, friend, mentor. Auntie Shirley, Kerry, Kim, Tammy, Wayne, please know that although Mads and I could not be there physically, through the thick and thin of the last month, you were all in our prayers and thoughts. He would have said in this fishing situation, "When are we going fishing? Where are the beers, worms, fishing rods and chairs?" Happy fishing in heaven, my uncle. Love you all lots, miss you all. Let's rejoice that he's in a good place. And he would like to know that we as a family, friends, don't forget him, but cherish the times and moments together. Thank you.
Okay, as a lot of you know, my dad was not a religious person, and we all decided we're not going to have a traditional ceremony with lots of prayers and things. So we did his eulogy and a few messages. And if there's anybody here that would like to share a story, please come up. But I know the grandkids would like to come up and say something. Lose the drinks too long.
That's for the end. Okay, if I don't look at you guys, sorry, I'll look at Dale and Matt, but we're going to liven this up a bit. This is first from Jacques and Aaron. Gigi, for as long as we are here, you will be too, in the stories we share, in the way we say your name, and the way we live our lives. With the love you left behind, we hope the fishing is amazing up in heaven, and we love you. So we all know that Gigi was full of stories, and every time someone came to the house, we heard a new one, or we heard the same ones over and over again. So one from Damien that he just remembers is one of the best memories, is always talking about the hippo crocoducks and apple bonachis. And I'm sure a few of you have heard that one too. So from me, one of the ones is when Matt and I were at Whitestone, he would collect us every day without fail. He would be there 45 minutes early, and he became part of the Whitestone car park gossip. So whenever there was something going on, he would come home and tell us, or when we found out, he'd be like, "But I knew that already." We're like, "How did you know?" There he was, 45 minutes early, waiting for us. And then the one time my mom came to collect us, we were left behind. So I was only 11 and Matt was only 7, and we were waiting there on the bench. So eventually, 4 hours later, I don't know why I waited so long. 4 hours later, I went to the office and I was like, "Can I ring my mom, please?" And excuse my language, as soon as she answered, she goes, "Oh, and went flying. Well, Grandpa never let her collect us again, because she was late once and he never forgave her for that. And then the second one, we already mentioned the hierarchy of grandkids. We have number 1 over here, and there's 9 grandkids, but somehow Dale and I were number 10 and 11. I don't know how we got down there, because the one year we were slaving away putting up Christmas decorations. Dale was on the chair, I was trying to hand things to him, as short as I am, and Matt was just sitting there watching cricket on the couch. And Grandpa wanders through, goes, "Hey, my boy, do you want some custard for working so hard?" And Dale and I are like, "What?" And he goes, "No, you two carry on." And we were like, all right. So, and then finally my last story. In his later years, when he stopped drinking, he would still make sure everyone had a drink in their hands. Now, today, if you are not drinking and you are sober, can you please make sure those who do drink have drinks always in their hands? Make sure you go around and offer them, and let's not pour jock tots, because this is a glass and he would pour it up to here and that much. So let's be kind, please.
Okay, thanks everyone for coming. I think just because Lauren had mentioned the drinking, those of you that knew Grandpa, we always had to have an ABF. If you didn't call it, you weren't allowed to move on to the next one. ABF, for those of you that don't know, stood for Absolute Bloody Final. Then the next one got more interesting, especially if you were married. Fortunately, at that stage, I was still single to mingle. And then you had a wife spiter, which usually ended up you just gave a glance, and yeah, you were in the dog box. The final one ended up with one for the road. I think back to all the memories we shared with him, the fishing trips. Yeah, we were just all lucky. And I've come to realize that even though we joke about our hierarchy, Grandpa loved us all the same. So to that, Jock, we'll just answer for you.
Well, yeah, thank you everyone for coming. I don't have too much to say. Just one thing, I'd be where I am with cricket without him. For those that don't know, he was always at every game. He never missed one until I moved to England.
As you can see, the favorite.
And if you didn't get a chance to fish with him at the ponds, just know that if you're the only one catching, he's the only guy that I'll see that will cast on top of you. He first started off with Golden Pilsner, but as far as my memory extends,
To come up?
Right, everyone, thanks for coming. It's not going to be long now. In family, when they're living by Byron Road, across from Mar today, and let me tell you, it's been really fantastic. Yes, myself and Tammy got divorced, but we were all still one big family. One thing I do remember, we always talk about drinks, okay, and a lot of us have the do factor. Anyway, that evening, now we're eating, we're having a nice stew. Who comes along? And you all know him, Burnsy. Burns decides to come along with who? Mitchell McNabb. And they taste the stew. Those buggers wanted to eat all our stew. But anyway, now they've got no place to sleep because at the time, Buster's, center of the universe, as they used to say, their place was crowded. So they say, right, they're going to sleep with us. Anyway, Burns came and joined us. Mitch McNabb was, nah, he's not a, sorry, I'm not a work person. He's not a Morphe fellow. He's going to be not sleeping with us. He's going to be sleeping in the car. Every 5 minutes, a damn engine starts because he's cold. Eventually, Felix Burns went and yanked him out the car and said, you get inside. Yeah, this is BS. He was also a very, very helpful man. Geez, we had our vehicle stolen. He went out of his way. He was working at Lobel's. We used to get broken biscuits. We had a little shop on the corner. He used to make sure there was a driver that brought us bread. There were cigarettes. We used to sell to all the people around. We managed to replace that vehicle. I think there was even a time, Dale, when he sent the big 30-tonner to come pick you and Mahesh up there at Centenary. Sorry, I forget the name of that damn school. So guys, he really was a fantastic man, and I think he's been etched into yours, as Tammy pointed out. He wasn't, when I say mobile, he didn't really want to travel far for fishing. Yes, he did go to the places with you, Dale, Matt. He did go to the closer places, but he didn't want to go to the river anymore. Dave would be saying to him, come, Jock, let's go fishing. No, he's not going fishing. No, let's go, yeah. No, I'll sort this out. No, he wanted to come to the ponds. He had his chair there. The people knew, the workers knew. As soon as Grandpa came, they came and picked up all his stuff. You'll see his chair over there. And he caught some nice fish. And we shared some nice memories. Bernie, that's for you and Ray. Thank you so much. Thank you for everything that you've done for us. He was also a Liverpool supporter, which made it even better. So all those Man United supporters and other crap teams, yeah. But really, thank you for everything you did for Grandpa. We really, really thank you from the bottom of our heart. Guys, again, cheers to Grandpa. I know you had stopped drinking, but cheers to Grandpa. Thank you so much.
Is there anybody else who wanted to say anything? Okay, so we're just going to close in one poem. It's not it's about as far as Dad would go. And we read this, and we knew that he would approve. Death is nothing at all. I have only slipped into the next room. I am, and
way in which you always used to, way in which you always used to.
put no difference in your tone, wear no false air of solidity or sorrow. Laugh as we always laughed at the little jokes we enjoyed together. Play, smile, think of me, pray for me. Let my name be ever the household word that it ever was. Let it be spoken without effect, without the trace of a shadow on it. Life means all that it ever meant. It was the same as ever it was. There is unbroken continuity. Why should I be out of mind? Because I am out of sight. I am waiting for you for an interval, somewhere very near, just around the corner. All is well. Cheers, Gigi.
Didn't know today would be our last, that I'd have to say goodbye to you so fast. I'm so numb I can't feel anymore. I'm praying you just walk back through that door and tell me that I was only dreaming. You're not really gone as long as I believe. There will be another angel around the throne tonight. Your love lives on inside of me, and I will hold on tight. It's not my place to question, only God knows why. I'm just jealous of the angels around the throne tonight. Always made my troubles feel so small, and you were always there to catch me when I'd fall. In a world where heroes come and go, well, God just took the only one I know. So I'll hold you as close as I can, longing for the day when I see your face again. But until then, God must need another angel around the throne tonight. Your love lives on inside of me, and I will hold on tight. It's not my place to question, only God knows why. I'm just jealous of the angels around the throne tonight, singing tonight.